Disclaimer, I do not dislike CinemaSins, and that is not a lie. For my next Everything Wrong with CinemaSins video, I'm going to be seeing their video on Mulan, and I would like to give a thanks and dedication to Sugary Meadow for requesting this video. Enjoy the video, everyone.
A Disney logo that gets in and out in 13 seconds. It's hard to believe it ever existed. The sin is for how hard it is to remember it existing, FYI.
But didn't you say this in the Monsters, Inc. video?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a first here at CinemaSins. I'm knocking off a sin for the combination of Disney and Pixar logos being a blessedly brief 10 seconds, which means this is the first film ever to start off with negative sins. Mind blown.
So how is 13 seconds any different from 10 seconds?
Ooh, it's a Rorschach test. I see a poodle.
I don't.
Mulan rips off the LOTR movies before those movies are even in development. I guess they technically ripped off the LOTR books.
Except the original Ballad of Mulan did not rip off the Lord of the Rings books because it was written way before those books came out. So maybe do some research before coming to a conclusion about something.
In case the glowing yellow eyes, dark hood, and asshole bird confuse you, this guy has fangs. This is for sure the bad guy cliché.
Pointing things out on the screen.
The Huns have crossed our northern border.
Impossible! No one can get through the Great Wall!
Not believing what you're told because of folklore.
Technically, when the Great Wall was built, it was for stopping invasions, and it usually worked and offered advantages, though it was not always effective as there were instances where people were able to cross the wall easily.
Forgive me, Your Majesty, but I believe my troops can stop him.
A single grain of rice can tip the scale.
Even super inexperienced rice that might get others killed through naivete or incompetence?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's saying, Jeremy.
Cox.
Pointing things out on the screen again.
As cute as it may be, tying a punctured feed bag to a hyperdog and letting him into the chicken yard is not an efficient way to feed your chickens, no matter how good it is for cartoon comedy.
Who cares if it's inefficient? This is just here to make us laugh, like you just said.
God damn, this horse saw our Sins video for Mary Poppins and said, "You think that's a fat horse? Check this out." Because this is easily 3 horse torsos smashed together like deli turkey breasts sitting atop 2 pairs of regular-ass horse legs. This horse is thick with a capital damn.
Who cares?
I mean, yes, this is a cartoon, and that is super unrealistic in many ways, but these human-powered carts are traveling at a blistering speed.
Acknowledges that this is a cartoon, yet proceeds to sin it for not being realistic anyway. Classic.
I'm here!
Me and my triple wide horse are here!
Okay, so how is that a sin?
The lyrics here are, "We're going to turn this sow's ear into a silk purse," and rather than be offended on Mulan's behalf, I'm going to applaud anyone who can turn an ear into a silk purse. That is some next-level Rumpelstiltskin right there.
So, you're singing the movie because one of the lyrics was something you'd applaud if it could actually happen? What?
I mean, damn, that is one amazing makeup wipe. Does Mulan know how much money she could make if she marketed this? One swipe makeup remover.
Sinning something you like, just like the previous sin.
She sings, "When Will My Reflection Show?" while her reflection is showing in about 9 of these tombstone 10 commandment stones.
First of all, you can see 8 stones here. Second of all, you're not understanding the point of this song. This song is about Mulan wanting people to see her for who she is rather than who she's pretending to be without disappointing her family. So the full lyric here is, "When will my reflection show who I am inside?"
This is where she chose to sleep during a rainstorm.
She's not sleeping, she's upset since her father lashed out at her. So probably a good time to give out my award here.
Ancestors, hear our prayer. Watch over Mulan.
They sure trust in these ancestors, and so far, I gotta say, they've not done much. I mean, I think Mulan is pretty great. She jumps on posts and doesn't pour tea well, which I can relate to. But I'm getting the vibe that she's basically a up in her society, and her ancestors would know that. So what is their motivation for helping her?
Their motivation isn't exactly to help her, it's to retrieve her before she ends up discovered and dishonoring her family.
No one will be seated during the scene where a bunch of ghosts argue over who owns the rights to Mulan.
Well, if you played the scene a little longer, you'd find the answer to your question in the previous sin.
Let a guardian bring her back.
Yes, awaken the most cunning.
No, the swiftest. No, send the wisest.
Silence! We must send the most powerful of all.
Your misguidance led Farthane to disaster.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, now I have questions. If the ghosts of the ancestors show the gory way in which they died, does that mean that Mr. No-Head here is the only family member to die a tragic death? Everyone else seems whole and elderly. Surely someone died in a funky way, and I demand to see a ghost who choked on a dumpling.
You are correct about all the other ancestors being whole, but how did you miss that these 4 ancestors didn't die of old age?
I'll make Mulan a war hero and they'll be begging me to come back to work. That's the master plan. Oh, you done it now, man.
Jiminy Cricket, this is some expositional bull.
Well, how else would we learn Mushu's alternative plan since the Great Stone Dragon is destroyed?
This eagle isn't saving all the heroes right now.
That's a falcon, not an eagle.
Because how would we know it's a bad guy if the bad guy's horse didn't have fangs?
Pointing things out on the screen, again.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Jeremy sings something that isn't a sin cliche.
By building his wall, he challenged my strength.
This is the global politics version of she blocked me on Twitter, so she must want me to keep pursuing her.
Jeremy says something random cliche.
Who am I fooling?
I mean, you haven't met anyone yet, so technically nobody, but with zero effort to fool anyone yet, your discouragement over the ruse is premature.
But in the previous scene, Khan laughed at Mulan when she was practicing talking in a deeper voice, which is what made her feel discouraged.
Cause if the army finds out you're a girl, the penalty is death!
That's racist.
But this is about her gender, not her race.
They're disgusting.
Men, in general, are not disgusting, but this chopstick flick fest is absolutely f***ing nasty.
But Mulan isn't saying that she thinks men are disgusting in general, she's just referring to these two men here.
Punch him is how men say hello. Oh, Yao, you made a friend.
The girls in the audience may be thinking, girl power, but the boys in the audience are getting all sorts of f***ed up messages on this one.
Or maybe they're just simply laughing and having a good time watching?
I will take the main troops up to the Tangshao Pass and stop Shan Yu before he destroys this village.
He will not.
Which is exactly what happens in the movie, so how is this a sin?
Spitting.
Pointing things out on the screen.
Look, you get porridge, and it's happy to see you.
But also, 2 eggs and a nice strip of bacon. You buried the lead.
But Mushu does acknowledge the eggs and bacon based on him saying, and it's happy to see you. So because of that, I'll be giving this my award.
He sings, Mr. I'll make a man out of you, and good luck.
But it works out for him because Mulan eventually gets better with her training. You have been watching this movie, right?
Mushu is a filthy cheater.
Pointing things out on the screen, again.
White horsehair, imperial stallions.
Or an elderly person? A white goat?
Well, if the movie is saying that it's white horsehair, then that's what it's saying.
Bruce Almighty Moon in the house, y'all.
Jeremy says something random cliche.
I never want to see a naked man again.
My college girlfriend said the same thing to me after our first time, but she was being sarcastic, right?
Jeremy makes an inappropriate comment, cliche.
We're supposed to be annoyed by this guy, but consider this. He stood like this for hours while this portrait was painted just so he could have the fanboy moment captured for all time. That is dedication on a nerd level we should all appreciate.
Seriously, Jeremy, you had plenty of opportunities to remove us into this amazing movie, such as Eddie Murphy's hilarious performance as Mushu, but when you finally do, it's for something nobody cares about since nobody likes this character.
They go directly from the order to join them in the battle to a song that opens with lyrics about how they've been on the road for so long they feel like tired cattle, and that's jarring.
Narration.
I mean, I understand that we need to move the story along, but this Chien Po character straight up rolled a natural 20 on a perception check to spot the dead general, and another one for an athletics check to beeline to his corpse and retrieve the helmet for Li Shang in such a short amount of time, or so I'm told.
Well, if that's what the movie is saying happened, then that's what happened.
As she goes to place the doll in the snow, and the army moves to race and protect the Imperial City, I have to wonder why no one shed a single tear over the total decimation of the entire Imperial Army, including the captain's father. Some sad music played, they all stared, but no one actually got sad, and it troubles me deeply.
Oh, so I guess these expressions here aren't supposed to be sad, huh?
Well, the Huns have the high ground, so I hope your heroes peace out and live to fight another day just like Anakin did.
Ignoring the pop culture reference, Mulan and the others do survive when she creates an avalanche, so what's the problem here?
Man, you are one lucky bug.
No f***ing This movie's working title was Luck All Around.
Well, yeah, since Cricky is supposedly lucky.
How the f*** do you swim out of an avalanche on horseback? This is some kind of all-timer insult to science right here. Jesus H. Benjamin Fancy Pants McGee. That isn't water.
I'm sorry, Jared, but it's you giving the insult to science right here, because snow and ice is still water just as a solid, not as a liquid.
Jesus, Mulan is f***ing strong. She just one-armed Li Shang out of the snow and onto her horse without her pants or popping a toot. Impossible.
You're king of the mountain!
This gives me flashbacks. In elementary school, king of the mountain.
Okay, let's just skip this and move on, shall we?
A woman! Treacherous snake!
Those things are not synonymous, even in these ancient times.
Well, he's calling her that for lying about her identity to join the army, Jer.
Where the f*** did that cricket find sticks?
Here's a guess. He found them buried in the snow.
Also, eat the horse, y'all. Or at least the dragon.
Oh, so not the dumplings that Mushu's trying to cook, huh?
So when I looked in the mirror, I'd see someone worthwhile.
Well, no one gets to do that, except Joel Osteen.
Jeremy says something random, cliche.
Wait, that yell caused all the Hun warriors to be able to come back to life and climb out of the snow? If magic is being used, I wish it would be explained.
It's not exactly magic. The Huns just happened to survive the avalanche by luck.
Make way for the heroes of China!
Make way for Prince Ali.
Jeremy sings something that isn't a sin cliche.
They'll never reach the Emperor in time.
Yeah, you better go get them. Find costumes that fit perfectly, apply makeup, and be sure the scars will bear your weight as you scale the columns, because this will be much faster than battering down a door with a massive statue.
But the movie shows us that them trying to batter down the door isn't working, so it makes sense to try a new strategy. Also, this whole thing is for comedy purposes, so it's not meant to be taken seriously.
Bow to me!
Now you want him to bow to you? Up here? With no one looking? This guy has weird fucking goals, man. I thought he was just going to behead the Emperor on the balcony and let his head fall down into the crowd, but now we've shifted back indoors for a more personal...
Okay, you are clearly not paying attention to this movie, Jer. The movie gives no indication that Shan Yu is going to do that. His main goal in this film was to conquer China and prove his superiority to the Emperor.
You are a lucky buck.
Oh, eat my balls.
Jimmy makes an inappropriate comment, cliché.
With all due respect, Your Excellency, I think I've been away from home long enough.
Yeah, because I wanted to show the world who I was on the inside, a bright and brilliant strategist with courage and strength. But now that I'm all the way here, I think I want to go home and conform to societal expectation.
And let me stop you right there, because that's not why she left home. The whole reason why Mulan joined the army was to save her father from being killed, since he had a very low chance of surviving the war. So now that the war is over, she wants to go home to her family. Come on, dude, you really need to pay attention to the movies you sin. And here's the end result, everybody. The sin total was 527, and the sentence will be Disguised Sins. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a nice day.